a FunHouse CPU board, driver board, and sound board. CPU board, I have updated the ROM to the 905 home ROM. I have socketed and installed NV RAM. I've installed a low voltage reset watchdog here, replaced this cap, replaced this header. And this is the first time I'm testing this, so we will have to see. I did test the microprocessor also, because the client had indicated that the game was failing to boot, and I found out the reason for that. There was no 5 volts. This LED indicates 5 volts, and the reason for that was that BR2 underneath this heatsink had shorted and blown the third fuse down, a 5 amp slow blow. I've replaced this 15,000 microfarad cap. As I've railed about many times on this channel and the various forums, there is no reason to change any of these other 15,000 microfarad caps. There is a reason to change C4, sometimes indicted in resets, and C2, which is the 12 volt regulator smoothing capacitor. That one leaks sometimes and destroys the traces under it, so that's been replaced. Power input, general illumination. I'm sorry, that was power output. Here's power input. The 5 volt power input is here. That's the most critical connector. These are for the other voltages, and this is a ground connection. Those have all been replaced, as is this unregulated 12 volt connector. On the soundboard, I have replaced all the 47 microfarad caps. You can see these 5 light blue colored ones. There's 2 black ones here. The 100 microfarad over here. To the right of this heatsink, which you can't see very well, but there's a big tantalum cap in there. I've replaced it, and then that black electrolytic also. Most importantly, these 2 4700 microfarads, I have replaced those. So this DCS or pre-DCS soundboard will sound as good as it ever can. I repurposed the 1 megabyte original FunHouse ROM that came in the MPU to U18, because that's all it needs is a 1 meg. But you need to match up the U18 soundboard ROM with this version of the CPU board ROM. So we have booted. I think I've gone through everything I did to it. Let's check it out. Switch edges. We're going to test everything CPU and driver board related. I got nothing on switch 88. That may be because 77. Let's see. I'll have to see if column 8 is even used on FunHouse. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Row 8 is working. All right, I'll check that out later. Solenoid test. And I've already tested this driver board with the WPC DMD ROM and found all circuits to be operating. We will test it with the FunHouse ROM just to make double darn sure. There we go. Let's skip up to general illumination. It seemed to go faster. I don't know why. I'm going to come back to sound and music, but let's do lamps and flashers. Looking nice. All right. Display test. This is a beautiful blue display I made from a kind of a kit that Victor, aka Dumbass, sent me. Really super nice. I made this originally to go into my FunHouse, but the plasma display on my FunHouse is working just perfectly, so this is my backup, since FunHouse is going to be in the house and in the family for a long, long time. So you can see that's all operating correctly. So let's get to the star of the show here, Mr. Rudy. just do love this game. Here's the voltages being produced by the power driver board. The 4.9594 that's on top is the 5 volts. That's just fine. 11.8 is your regulated 12, 15 is your unregulated 12, 21 is the flash lamp, and 72 is the coil power. And then the schematics, and even on this board here, it'll say 50 volts at test point, whatever that is, I can't read it. Every WPC game operates at 72 volts or 70 volts. So this this whole board set is now good to go. I'm going to take it outside and wash it down with some Castrol Super Clean, and all this grunge on the bottom of these on the top of these connectors will be all gone. And this board set's going to look like it did right when it rolled off the factory line. Thank you so much for sending it.